Today we're visiting Elephant Valley at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Unlike traditional zoos, the safari park gives you the feeling of traveling through a much larger and more natural landscape. The journey itself is part of the experience, with winding trails, expansive views, and animals living in open environments. We'll begin by walking into Elephant Valley, where we'll spend some time watching the elephants up close. Then we'll continue down into the heart of the park, passing the Roar and Snore campground, visiting the lions, and looking out across the broad valley where the herds of animals roam. Along the way, we'll watch the safari park's tethered balloon return to the ground, take the Africa Tram through the valley, and finish with a relaxing view of the elephants from the patio of Mkutano restaurant. So let's begin our walk through Elephant Valley at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. We're beginning at one of the upper entrances to Elephant Valley. From here, a long, gently descending path takes us toward the elephant habitat. One of the pleasures of visiting the safari park is that getting from one area to another feels like part of the experience. You aren't simply walking between exhibits. The winding paths, trees, and changing views gradually reveal what lies ahead. Elephant Valley is a relatively new way of experiencing this part of the park. The landscape is divided into upper and lower areas for the elephants, giving them room to move through different environments. As we reach the bridge, we get our first broad view into the elephant habitat. And today, the elephants are especially active. Elephants spend much of their day moving, eating, exploring, and interacting with one another. Although their size can make them appear slow and deliberate, they can also be surprisingly playful, particularly when water and mud are involved. Here, two of the elephants are taking full advantage of the mud. Rolling onto the ground is no small undertaking for an animal this large. Watch how the elephant uses its legs, trunk, and shifting body weight to lower itself and then roll through the mud. A coating of wet mud can help an elephant cool down in warm weather. As the mud dries, it may also provide some protection from the sun and from biting insects. This is one of those behaviors that you might know elephants perform but rarely get to watch from beginning to end. And once an elephant gets started, the mud seems to become even more inviting to the others. These spontaneous moments are what make every visit to the safari park different. You can follow the same path on another day and have a completely different experience. From Elephant Valley, we'll continue downhill towards the park's expansive African habitat. This part of the walk passes the Roar and Snore safari tents. Guests staying here can spend the night inside the safari park, surrounded by the evening and early morning sounds of the animals. As we descend, the vegetation begins to open up, and we start to get a glimpse of the much larger valley below. This is one of my favorite transitions in the park. You leave the close-up experience of watching the elephants and gradually arrive at a landscape that feels much more open and distant. And here it is, the broad valley traveled by the Africa Tram. From the overlook, you can see why the safari park feels so different from a traditional zoo. The animals are spread across a large landscape, and the view extends well beyond any single habitat. Let's stop here for a moment and take it all in. But sometimes the most interesting wildlife isn't out in the valley. These two woodpeckers were working on the tree right beside the path, seemingly unconcerned by my presence. It is worth interrupting the walk for a closer look. From here, the path continues downhill, including a set of stairs that takes us closer to the lower part of the park. walk gives us changing views of the valley, sometimes framed by trees and sometimes opening into a much wider panorama. Our next stop is the lion habitat. Today, two lionesses are resting together. Lions spend a large portion of the day conserving their energy, so finding them relaxed like this is perfectly natural, even if it doesn't always make for the most dramatic action. We're now approaching the entrance to the Africa Tram. We will return here shortly and ride out into the valley. But before boarding, I want to walk a little farther and take the elevator up to the overlook above the balloon landing area. The balloon provides one of the park's most recognizable views. Unlike a free-flying hot air balloon, this balloon remains connected to the ground by a tether. It rises vertically above the park and is then reeled back down to the same landing area. From the elevator overlook, we have an excellent view as it descends. It moves slowly enough that the size can be deceptive from a distance, but as it gets closer to the ground and to the people waiting below, you begin to appreciate just how large it really is. The tether continues drawing the balloon downward until the gondola is positioned over the landing platform. And now we can watch the entire process as the balloon settles back into place. Now that the balloon is down safely on the ground, we'll return to the tram entrance and head into the valley. After the tram ride, we're ending our visit at Mkutano restaurant. The restaurant sits beside the water, with a front patio that offers another peaceful view toward Elephant Valley. After walking down from the upper entrance, watching the elephants, and exploring the valley and riding the tram, this is a wonderful place to sit down, have something to eat, and enjoy the surroundings. Even while taking a break, we can continue watching the elephants across the water. Before we leave, let's take one final look at the elephants. The safari park is large enough that every visit becomes its own journey. Today, that journey took us from the upper entrance of Elephant Valley, past the elephants and the Roar and Snore tents, down to the lions and open valley, above the balloon landing area, and finally aboard the Africa Tram. And now we'll follow the path back out of Elephant Valley in the opposite direction, leaving the same way we came in. Thank you for coming along with us to the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. Until next time, keep walking and keep exploring.